Today is going to be a practical session, an introductory session to what we are using in our office. That is it's a software, very intuitive and very similar to another softwares that are currently used in the generation of virtual images, because one of the purpose of this research project is the transfer of the knowledge from the university or educational institutions to places like this one, to offices or productive spaces. So we have started since 2 years ago to introduce in our office. As you can see, I am not in university, I am in my office. We introduced the use of the Quest, the virtual reality, in the production of our projects. Because we realized that when we are working with engineers, for example, or clients, and in the development of a project, it's useful to interact with them and to explain what we are looking for with our projects, and I mean, we can share with them plans, papers, photos, virtual images that can be seen on screens. But we started to use the glasses, and the result or the comments are that it's an interesting tool, because they can imagine with more data what is the space, how is the space, how are the materials, the lights, etc. Just advising at the beginning that this is not the final product. This is a way to produce images and interactions with the different agents that are taking part in the development of a project. So today we're going to show you how we work in our studio with these two softwares. And the meta. The first one is a SketchUp, that is related to the model that we have given to you. That is a model that you are working with, or you have to go with, and the D5 render software that is very similar to 3D Studio Max, for example, or Atlantis, or another virtual images production softwares, because this software has incorporated since the last year two very powerful tools that are the IA, the intelligence, the artificial intelligence in the production of images that we are going to introduce you today, and the transfer of images, the production of virtual images in a spherical format, so you can transfer this to your MetaQuest hardware. But here in our office, in fact, there is an architect that is very skilled and knows much more than me in how to work and to create with this software, and I'm going to give him the floor so he can explain an introduction to this software and how and the glasses. And he's called David Rodrigues Pena, and I would like to introduce himself very briefly because he deserves, and I think it's. I think he will do the explanation much more better than me. David Rodrigues, he's there in this part of the office. He's an architect with over a decade of experience in the design and coordination of architectural projects in both the public and private sectors, with a particular focus on educational and cultural facilities. He holds a master's in theory and architectural design from the University of Navarre, where he's currently pursuing his doctorate, and he's architect from the University of Valle in Cali, in Colombia. He's Colombian. Throughout his career, he has had the opportunity to collaborate with institutions such as the Municipal Office of Urban Renovation of Santiago de Cali and the Ministry of Culture of Colombia, and participating in the design and coordination of various projects where he holds various projects. He's currently working with us in Suarez Santas Architects, our office or practice, and he's contributing to the development of competition and execution projects. Furthermore, his interest in research has led him to participate in the publication of academic studies and research on urban development and contemporary architecture. So the purpose of this brief introduction is to provide a foundation for understanding the various features of the D5 software, with a particular focus on the integrated use of artificial intelligence and its virtual reality. I do really appreciate the collaboration of David. We are open to questions and comments after the session, and if once we have given the session, you have a proposal to write or to complete on to make some questions, we are open to all of you. So I'm going to give the floor to David, and let's see.
Hello, everyone. Good morning there. And all of you received a pair of weeks ago the model of this building this building is, for example, that I'm going to share the are you seeing my screen? Okay. This is the model that you received. You see the model has no materials, has a few materials, but the goal is that you use this model as an example, because it's a building that has different heights. So we think that it's going to work very well in the things that we want to show you. So if you are ready, download and install the D5 rendering, you can notice that you have this new toolbar here, that is the D5 Live Sync, that is a complementary application in D5. So we are going to start from the beginning here with the model. Actually, I'm going to do from the beginning. We have nothing previously prepared, only a few images, for example. But when you are here in a SketchUp, that is the modeling software that we are going to use, and you already have your model ready to send in D5, you click in this icon, and the application is going to start to opening the model. And the first thing is that they're going to ask you if you want to sync with a local project or a new project. In this case, we're going to click that new project. When you choose the other option that is sync with an existing project, it's because you can mix different models in one D5 file, but this is not the case. When you already have the D5 application open, and you go back to the modeling software, in this case, SketchUp, you see that you have these things available. One of the first one is sync once, is any change that you make in the model. For example, I want to hide this, and you click here. The thing is going to disappear here. Well, the D5 is a software very easy to use. Actually, it's very intuitive, and you can explore all you want, and it's almost like a video game, because you can work using the WASD keys in the keyboard. And here in assets, you have all the material that comes with the software. For example, we have this that you can apply in the different. And here here you have the can change here, and it will change the properties of the material. Okay, and you can add some characters if that it comes with default in the program. A group of people, example. And it's very easy to use. So you can explore the software, explore the model, and keep adding materials and adding particles. In this new version of D5, they have a new feature that is called scatter. The scatter is very interesting because in the older version of the software, you have to add all the material, all the plants one per one. But in this new, you can choose or the surface with the same material. In this case, I have this green material added in the SketchUp to identify where I want the grass. But it's interesting because once you click here and click in create, you're going to you have to wait a little bit depending of the system, the configuration of your PC. But once you once it load, it's going to add very with all of these kinds of grass that you can adjust if you want, or if you want to add more or less things. So it's interesting because it's very heavy to the system, but it's going to save a lot of time. Okay? Because in the older versions, you have to do this by hand. So I'm going to add just some materials, random materials done. So you can see that it's very quick to add the grass. In the part of model in nature, we are going to add some palms or some trees just to look just to add some examples of the things that later we are going to need when we are going to start rendering. Don't judge me. I'm not, I'm not. I'm just adding some examples. Okay. If you want, anytime you want to change, for example, something here, apply this, you are going to find that you have some mistakes in the model. You have two options. The first option is to change here. Try to, but if this doesn't work, you have to go to the SketchUp and change the material here. But we are not going to go deep in this topic. It's just I'm just showing you the thing that you can do here quickly. You can look, or you can fly, and again the Q and E keys in the keyboard are going to allow you to explore the model. Okay. Well, now we are going to place some cameras. For example, I want to take this. It's very easy because you go to create this new scene. So the scene is created. And here in the image icon, you can change if some of you are a fan of photography, the camera here is very similar to a real camera. You can have preset size, or you can add some custom size. Okay. The aspect ratio and the focal length. Okay. Example, in exterior images, it's better to use a bigger focal length. But for example, if you need to do some images in interiors, it will be better to use smaller focal lengths. Okay, if you click in the scene, you're going to the start point. Let's suppose that you are not happy with this scene and you want a little bit in this side. You have to click in the update the scene. So the next time that you move and you want to go to the scene, you come here. Okay. That's one of the options. The other option is that I already have here prepared some scenes that I think that are good estimates of the project. But what happens if you want to send these scenes in the model? Well, it's very easy because remember this toolbar that we have in SketchUp or in any program, in the other program, or model program. We can click here in sync. In send and sync. You click here, the software automatically load the scenes that we have in SketchUp here in the program. But personally, I prefer to create the scenes directly in the D5 model because it's more precise creating the scenes. Okay, but these are the same scenes that we have in SketchUp. Okay. Once we have the scenes created here, let's choose one to make a. You have two options to render. The first one is when you only want. This is mentioned render. The program is going to start rendering. This software compared with other software, I think is very quick because you're rendering a 2K images with it's not a small model with glass, with metal, with plants, with trees, and it's going to take less than a minute to generate. The other option that you have is when you are going to create a render queue. A render queue is that you here start adding. Sorry, it's important to save the project. You're going to start to create the render queue, adding each image, and here in the render, you're going to have the images that you want to start to just select the images that you want to render. Here you can add the resolution to all the images that you want. And it's an easy that choose the location and start rendering. It's an easy that this way. Here you can see that it's almost 30 seconds, I think, each image. But we're going to cancel this in this one. Because I want to render this image. But maybe it's not the most beautiful, but I want to show the plants that we had previously here. Let's render this image. So we're going to use that like an example in the next topic. Okay. Let's wait. Let's wait 1 minute because we're going to need this image as an example. Any questions? Or wait, or let's wait to the end of the presentation. Well, this rendering is always a good moment to drink some water or doing something else.
Someone has a question, they can also ask.
Can I also request all the team leaders to kindly request your team members to switch on their videos? Please, this is an earnest request. The instructors have their videos on, and please, all the students, we would like to see your faces. As we said, it's not a monologue. Kindly, please keep your videos on. And if you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, if you don't have any question at this moment, we can continue. There's no problem because our render is completed now. So, any question till now?
You can go ahead.
Okay. Once we have the render complete, we have this option that is open the folder, easy to find the image. And we can see what this is. The image has the render software gives us. But in this new version, we have this option that is AI post-processing. Double click here. They're going to load a preview of the image. Now we have two options. I want to be clear. This is a beta function of the software. It's still developing, but it's very, in this moment, it's very interesting to see what it's capable to do, what it's able to do. The first one is that we have a AI enhancer. The enhancer is this moment, I say you, it's a beta feature of the software. But let's click in it here. They're going to start thinking, analyzing the image. It's not going to take a lot of time. I think it's almost 20 seconds or something. Obviously, it's going to depend of the size of the image. Here we're working with a 4K image. I think it's a good size to show you the difference. But if you have a 2K, it's going to take less, and if you have an 8K, it's going to take longer. Just a minute.
David, there is a question from Kamal.
Yes. Yes.
Asking if there are some features in D5 for organizing models in layers according to hierarchy.
D5 is not a modeling software. It's not a modeling program. All the layers, all the modifications, all the things that you have to do in the modeling program. In this case, is SketchUp. In SketchUp, D5 is going to recognize only the materials, not the layers. So if you want that, for example, a wall has a different material, you have to modify here and add what the material you want. It doesn't needs to be the real material. For example, I can add here, example, this. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look nice, because we are going to modify in D5. So, our image is complete, but let's see. You have to disactivate there every time that you are going to synchronize the model. Okay, you have here our wall. You look, it's an ugly material, but you can modify here with the materials of the software. Example, let's see, but even this, I'm not very happy with the material that we are applying. I can recommend you to download another software that is called Serialize. Serialize is a software that allows you to create your own materials with a height map that is the normal, diffuse, normal, metallic. But we are not going to talk about this, but I recommend you to download this, because the materials that it comes by default in any rendering program, not only in D5, in the others, the software too, it's not the most beautiful, or sometimes you need a specific material in your project that is not here, available here. So you have to create your own material, okay?
And David, are all these materials accessible for free?
Yes, but I recommend you that link the D5 software with your student credentials, because they're going to allow you to use all these features. If you have the free environment of the software, doesn't allow you to use the AI post processing. Okay, our image is ready. Yeah. You can see that the AI try to read your intention, or read, and I'm very happy with the process in the plans in this beta version. In the materials, they have some work to do in the software, but for example, if you see, I can open the image. Wait. If you want to see this in the image, the result of the AI, you have to download in my desktop, for example. Okay. You see that the tree or the palm it looks a little bit more real than the original image, you see? Because the AI worked to trying to interpret and to upgrade materials. Even the people. Here is the original people. Well, that's people is very far away from the camera, but and the other, well, that's the AI in XC. Okay, that is they're going to. We have aquí basic materials, but if you have more complex materials, they're going to work in this. The other option that we have is the AI style transfer that we think is very interesting because for example, you can transfer like and you're going to have like a pen style like it was drawn by hand, and I think it's interesting. It depends on what you want to show with the image. Sometimes this kind of image show better your intention or the intention of the project, depending of than the real model. But let's try another style. But I am a really fan of this style that is marker style, marker drawings. Finished. This is the original image and how the AI interprets. But as I told you, this is a beta version and it made some mistakes. For example, here the AI interprets that you have wood here, but you don't have wood here, and in the background. And it's something that they are going developing. For example, the palm in the left is not drawn, but I think that a tool that you can start to use. But I always remember that it's only a tool. It's not replacing your label. So we have another examples. For example, this is a project of a student, and it's not clear what are the intention of the project here. So we recommend her to use the AI to show the patios, the courtyards in the project, because it was more important the courtyards than the building itself. And this is another style transfer. There is like a model, a wood model, and it's the same project, and it's rendered in later. Use this AI feature to well, have this low resolution. And for example, this is an example. This is another image that I did yesterday. The same project, and we are looking. This is only a glass material that I apply weekly here. And this is the transfer, is the style transfer into a night style. And the AI interpret that you have windows there and add some lights in the background, like if you have apartments there. And again, it has some mistakes. For example, this is part of the landscape, and they interpret that it was a building, and it's not a building. But well, it's something that is in development, and I think it is interesting. Well,
David,
yes.
can I ask a question at this
Yes.
point? Yeah.
Yes.
My name is
Yes.
Himanshu. My name is Himanshu Sanghani. I'm facing this problem of background and camera, hence I'm not able to project myself. But I'm the team leader at Sushan School of Art and Architecture. I'm a professor here and dealing with this. So just a thought that came to me while we were looking at the AI post-processing tools of D5. So I know that SketchUp works well or not so well in tandem with the generative AI tools. Now, you have this Luma Labs, Genie, Masterpiece X, then Skybox, all these generative AI tools, which are very much text-based tools that can realize your vision very quickly and promptly. So I was just thinking, is it possible to, take SketchUp with generative AI tools and then bring it in the hardware? So, and I mean, if that is a possibility, then we need to check the capacity and the capability of the hardware of the VR headset to actually take that into consideration, and definitely use D5 for rendering, because if not D5, then Stable Diffusion is good for rendering with generative AI tool, but it gives us a static image. It won't give us the virtual movement that we are looking for. So, I mean, have you tried generative AI tools with the VR headset and SketchUp, and does it really work out well in that sense? Or this process, this method of doing a SketchUp model and then using D5 as a rendering program, and then use it in the VR headset. So out of the two, which one, I mean, is possible? Because generative AI tool realizes the vision very quickly and faster. And if, of course, we need to have that SketchUp model, but in areas of intervention, if we are using generative AI tools, probably the detailing would be quicker rather than doing those sketches and drawings and everything and then realizing into 3D model, so that the job that we do becomes even more faster and quicker. So just wanted to have your thoughts on this, if you have tried SketchUp with generative AI tools and what were the results, and did the combination really work well with the VR headset? And did you face any problem?
Well, that what is exactly the question? Because sorry.
So my question is that using SketchUp and generative AI tools to make the model, and then when we actually import that in the headset, VR headset, did you face any problem, or is it compatible, or we get renders which are or walkthroughs which are completely off track?
Yeah. Can I ask your question? It's very interesting question. First of all, we probably introduce you. We probably introduce you in the next sessions in the use of artificial intelligence generative images from SketchUp models or screenshots of SketchUp models. Even the direct use of prompts and other softwares to generate from existing images or photographs of for example, urban environments, etc. How to, from this starting point, how to create different iterations with AI. And I mean, we haven't yet found the way of applying the three softwares or the three ways linking them into the production of VR images. I mean, from now, as far as we know, you cannot create SketchUp images applying AI regenerative tools to make renders images that can be visualized in the VR set or glasses. If this is the question, the three technologies, SketchUp or making virtual models programs, as for example SketchUp or 3D Max, rendering softwares as for example D5 or Atlantis or Enscape, and at the same time working with glasses, hasn't been developed yet.
Okay.
But we're sure that in 1 year or 2 years, this kind of processor are going to be accessible. I mean, these processes are accessible, but in a very high level of production of images or frames production. If you go to Hollywood studios or to cinema studios, they are using non-accessible technologies to produce these kind of images, right? Or frames or films or etc. But in our student or educational level or small production level, the technologies are not yet developed, but we are sure that they are going to be developed. Okay. I don't know if I have answered your question.
Yeah. Because just for test purpose, we do try these generative AI tools either in the form of design or in form of just coming out with small intervention in the design problem area. So that that hit me very hard, that if these generative AI tools really create 3D visions, I wouldn't say renders, but 3D visions very quickly. So the intervention area, when we are looking at this side, because 10 schools are looking at 10 different urban villages, and these urban villages definitely are going to be visited for specific interventions, for modifications, corrections, rectifications. And if that vision is there, that okay, a corner needs a playground. So the moment we understand that, we understand that idea that okay, this area requires a playground. So using the text prompt, you use generative AI tool to create those 3D renders, and then incorporate in the SketchUp to realize our design really faster, and then bring the whole thing together in the VR headset. So I was questioning on that compatibility, that if the three programs, keeping aside D5, which is a rendering software, but these three programs, when we actually bring in together in the headset, what kind of problems do we find, and whether the virtual world that we are looking in completely goes off track, or it actually gets enhanced. So I was trying to find out if David has used these these tools together and experimented with those things, because individually people have tried, and to certain extent I've also tried, not an expert though, but I've tried and the results were quite fascinating. So I thought if David has tried and experimented with that, what was his result and opinion? So that's what I wanted to find out. But as you are rightly saying that, no, even I faced problems when I did that. So the technology is there, but we haven't reached to that level, as you're rightly saying, what the Hollywood movies have reached to level in the education system. So yeah, you have given the answer. So
if I may add to the discussion, with your permission. So I think there is one good thing that has happened over the years, that we have interoperability. So what workflow that I see here is that whatever generative AI tool that you're using, it gives you some kind of a 3D output, let's say in a software. You can always bring it to SketchUp, and through that workflow, again, we can get it into D5. Of course, we'll have to apply, let's say, materials. Let's say generative tools, 3D tools will give you, let's say, certain level of massing if you use Forma. Or let's say there are some text to BIM tools also. So they will give you basic geometry. But when it comes to, let's say, generative images, where there is tentative material and all that, that will only help us up to a certain extent. But what I feel is, because of interoperability, there is this workflow. Of course, it is a slightly lengthier workflow, that we can take the output from a generative tool, bring it to SketchUp, and then probably bring it to D5. That's my 2 cents to the discussion.
I think that we have some issues that we have in the interoperability of between D5 and SketchUp. Is for example, we at the moment is the next topic that we are going to see, that is trying to generate that 360 image. And the problem for this moment is that we only can generate a static 3D 360 images. It's one of the problems. The other problem is that, okay, you're always going to need a model to render and to generate an answer.
You are muted, David. You are muted.
Sorry. Sorry, everyone. The limits that we have right now is that we can only generate or we can only render 360 images static in this software. I know that there's another softwares that you can do a path or a walk through the building in 360. But in 365, you only can generate 360 images. And the other thing,
Again, you are muted. Again, you are muted.
why? Again.
No, now it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. But this is not a software to generate images like Midjourney, that you can generate images from a prompt and a description of a building. This is again, this is a render motor that use AI technology to interpret the intention that you want with the building, and to enhance the things that you already decide is not making the decisions for you. It's enhancing the decisions that you make in the model. You, for example, if we make an image of these people, the people looks very real, but the AI technology makes to more real in the image. But it's something that you have to explore, and actually we want to see what you can do with this model. But now continue with the presentation, because I think that we have a time limit. The next topic that we're going to see is we're going to try to generate a 360 image. It's very easy to. Example here. You have to go to here in Panorama, and it depends of the we find that is sometimes a 16K image it's not going to be supported in some VR lens. Maybe for the size of the image. So I recommend to use an 8K or 4K image. And in this case, we're going to use this 4K. And while it is rendering, already yesterday I prepared this. This is the kind of image that you are going to obtain from the program. Obviously, if you see in a screen, it doesn't have any sense. But when you charge in your lens, it's going to make more sense. So let's wait a minute. I'm going to show you how to transfer this image to Meta. It's very easy to. This is another limit of the software. I think that they have to develop this feature in the future that you cannot enhance with AI the image, the 360 image, the panorama. You can enhance with AI. As you see, we do have the button here. So the image has the program render, you have to use it in the VR lens set. So we have here our lens. Let me see. And we have I prefer to use the cable link, because it's more trust. Okay. Once the VR is connected, you see that here you have the this in the PC you have the quest, or in this case the quest 2. You have to copy and paste the image here, the image that we previously prepared, for example. Here. Once you okay, now I'm going to let you with us here. I'm going to show you how to the streaming application. There we are.
Tienes que entrar en, you have to enter as we did last week into oculus.com casting. So they are going to see what I'm seeing. Casting. Si podemos hacer casting. No, es que creo que tiene que estar en mi cuenta. No están subidas las imágenes, ¿no?
Si no en teoría el dispositivo no hay diferencia entre cuentas. Está montado en Pictures.
Let's wait a moment.
Ahí. Pero es que se te ha conectado ya en el tuyo.
No sé.
Sí, pues transmítelo desde ahí. Ahí va.
You're muted, Asier.
We are having some issues to connect the glasses to the computer because I have to enter with my profile, but okay. Yes, I need just a minute. What is happening is that entering in meta.com casting, in order to pair your metas with the screen so you can see what I'm seeing in my quest, they have to send you an email with a code, but I am not receiving this code. And this is the problem. Let's try again.
Also, so good to know all this process, no? That is part of the challenge, no?
Yeah. I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, okay, this is my screen. Okay, and I am entering into this web page. I type here. Sorry, meta casting. And then you enter in this page, and you have to log in to start casting. And you pick up here, login, and you have to write your email, right? And you pick next, and they are sending you an email with the code. But if I go to my Gmail, it's supposed that I have received an email here from Meta. It doesn't disappear, and even if we go to spam, in spam it's not the. Can you see it? Can you see everything?
Yeah,
I'm casting.
we can see.
Okay.
We can see.
And we send code, for example. Code has been sent, and today Meta don't want us to cast the right confirmation code. I don't. Let's see. Let's try another. Another email. let's try if here in my Gmail. It's not working as you see, because I haven't.
There is
I haven't
option to enter password also. What happens? Like there is one option to enter password. Enter password instead.
Yeah. I never. Okay, let's see. If, sorry. Starting. Problem is that I don't remember my find account. Let's see. When you are when you forgot your password, I don't remember. Okay, let's see. Success. That's it. Thank you. Es Pedro, seguidor número 1. La principal. Let's go. Vale, pues ahí a mi nombre. Cuando lo envían y cuando dice, porque tengo que entrar aquí ya. Okay. Eso qué pasa. Let's go. The main tool to work with technology is patience, not skills and knowledge. It's patience. Let's see. Okay. Can you see my screen? Yes, no?
Yes, we can see.
I am at the same place we were last week in the mountains, right? I am there. This is my avatar. Okay. I've been sleeping in the tent for 1 week. So let's see if in this folder called files, you see files, are the uploaded the images. No. Okay, let's see. Supposedly, the files that David has uploaded to the meta must appear. If they don't appear, this maybe is probably due to the different profiles used during the process. I mean, David has uploaded the files when he was working with the meta with his profile. You can see here different profiles. This is my profile, but you can switch profile, and you can switch to Nuno profile and David Rodrigues profile. David has used Nuno's profile because he's the device owner. And see, if we go to Nuno's device owner, already now can happen 2 things. First one, that we lose, we can lose the connection, the casting connection, and the second one is that we can connect, we can continue casting, and confirming that the images are uploaded into the Nuno's profile. If we cannot cast in Nuno's profile from Nuno's profile, don't worry, because for the next session we are going to melt both issues or features. entering with a Nunez profile into the casting in order to see conveniently the 360 images done by the 5 framework. So let's try. Okay, you cannot see my now my screen because I've changed my profile. So sorry for the inconvenience, because this is another issue you have to take into account, because you need to work always with the only one profile, only one email address, and it's it's better to work with only one computer. So I'm going to switch again the profile. I am going to go into my profile. Again, switch profile. I'm going to okay.
But this challenge also, if every institution has only one headset, they may have the same problem, no?
Yeah, but we recommend to use one main profile, and in this profile, upload all the images that the students are going to send to the coordinator, the professor, right? So. Tan amable, me manda un correo y diga, por favor, llámele a este señor. Let's see. No. Yeah. Let's see. I need to restart the glasses. I suppose that during the use of the glasses, probably they will appear issues, problems, questions, etc., and proposals even. This is a collaborative workshop, and we would be very happy if you share with us your problems, your questions, your proposals, etc., in order to use conveniently the meta. Okay, I'm going back to. Let's see. My profile.
Looks like the casting is stopped.
Yeah, because I switched the profile, but I'm going back to the casting, right? And it's going to appear now. I mean, where you are in a Google account, and it's the same account that you're accounting to the glasses, the casting is very easy, as you can see, right? I am already now in the virtual reality, and supposedly if you go to this icon called files, then in files, right? They will appear here, the files. Let's see the location. Okay, download recordings, no. Pictures, locations, no.
Really sorry because there's something happening, but it keeps loading the files. It's something that
Movement vectors. It's here. Supposedly they will be appear here. And then once you have here your images, then you enter into the 360 degrees image you have created with a D5, and then you enter in a situation like this one. The difference is that you have created the environment by your own, and not by and it's not provided by the glasses. But you enter is very easy, and if you pick this button, this one, the meta button, then you go out the image, and then you can switch between one and another image. It's very easy. It's very easy. The only difficulty is to manage convenient to have a convenient management of the accounts that you've seen and the connection to the computer. This is the only problem with feature you can have to face.
But actually, this is something that can happen in real life to those who are going to work on the assignment. So maybe it's good for the next session that you said how to proceed, who should have, maybe the leader has to have only one email that they can only access. All these instructions maybe would be good to give to every student so that they know how to, because they need to work probably in different computers or with only one headset.
Yeah, no, I think it's very easy than all of this, because okay, I'm going to stop the casting and go again to camera casting, stop casting. Okay, but now the casting has stopped. Now, I mean, sharing my screen. When you go to oculus.com webpage, right? Okay, you are in this page. You have to create an account, and every student can have an account, right? Every student can have an account. Even the professor is going to have an account in his computer or her computer that is going to be used to transfer the images from the students to professor and to the meta, the glasses, right? And the professor has to create an account into the glasses, right? Only the professor. The students can use the glasses if they want to with the profiles professor. And I think the best option is to have the glasses linked to only one profile. We have these three profiles into the glasses because we have different purposes for use the glasses, the office, the research purpose, Nuno's purpose, giving classes in Oporto, etc. But I think the best option is to have the glasses linked to only one profile, the professor's profile, and in order to upload the images created by the students, it's so simple as simple as to create a folder into internet, so the professor can download the images, and through his connection to the computer, he or she can upload, as you have seen, by clicking the file or the image and transporting the image into the folder they will have in their screen, and the folder of all the images will be there in the glasses. So I think this is the best option. And the problems we have had today is because we have three accounts and profiles into the classes, right?
There are some questions. I think we have to wrap up, but there was one question or comment. I don't know if he's still there. Kamal Jinani, no? Are you still there? Okay, there are some comments that I'm going to
Yes.
pass on.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, I'm still here.
Yeah, would
Should
you
I
like to? Yeah, please
should I pose the
comment.
question once again?
Yeah. Can you please
Yeah.
tell us? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll paste the question once again. Just a second, ma'am.
It looks like he has quite experience, has been working on this for some years, and he wanted to share some works that he has done, no? I don't know if maybe Shipra, you can also click and you can share the image.
The question is in the chat. Can you see the question?
Yeah, the question is in the chat, but can you click on the images he's sharing in the...
Okay. Yeah, I'll do.
The question is that if they can, no, can we convert the non-immersive versus to immersive or pseudo VR so that one can watch it or experience the same content with or without gadgets? And he's just wanted to share with us some works they have done. Shipra, if you can share.
Actually, my antivirus is not allowing me to download this file. It's saying that it's risky.
Okay, I'm going to try mine. I think they're allowing me. Let's see if I can share. Am I sharing the image that Kamal has like a kind of, okay. Am I sharing the images? Okay, sir, which is the question? These are images you have created with, I guess, with VR. Hello?
Ma'am, am I audible right now?
Yeah, now yes, please.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask Asier sir a question. Is he available right now?
Yes, he is. Go ahead.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, the main challenge that we've been facing for several years, that VR gadgets were really not affordable for masses. So we actually opted for production of pseudo VR stuff. And we've been using softwares like 3D Studio Max and Corona Renderer. And then there's this software called Tourweaver and Motiva Layama, which is a plugin for 3D Studio Max. So I wanted to ask that, can we work on the same production line and create content for VR as well? Can these be used to generate some virtual tour which can be accessible on Quest or maybe Vision Pro? Is there a platform or is there a piece of software that we can use to, integrate these two things?
Yeah, I suppose in 3D Max should be a plugin to incorporate into the software in order to transfer these images from this point of view into a VR ones, and the process is going to be the same. If you cannot, but I'm sure that 3D Max has its own plugin, then you can export these images to the D5 render software and try to use the software as a platform to create the VR images, the 360 images. But I'm sure that if D5 render has its own 360 panoramas, images creative tool, 3D Max, sure, we are sure.
Thank you, sir.
Do you know if 3D Max has its own plugin or capacity to create the 360 images? Bueno, si 3D Studio tiene también la capacidad de hacer las imágenes.
¿3D Studio Max?
Sí.
Es que son programas de modelar, no programas de ver.
We can investigate if 3D Max has its own for the next time. his own plugin or possibility to create these 360 images. Okay.
Okay, any more questions? Because I think we have run out of time. I think has been a practical session of what people can face when they are doing the assignment. So next session will be on 26 February. Will be more focused in planning and around planning. So in between, we have 1, 2, 3 weeks where we have to start working and we have to start sharing our challenges. So you do share all your questions, all your on real time. So you share with your professor or with your leader, and the leader will share with us and will pass on to the team. So I think better we start working and we'll face the real thing and we will be able to solve your issues. Is that okay, Asier?
Perfect.
Okay. So something else from your end? Something else from any question? Any comment? So we finish then here. Thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you for having shown your face, some of you, not all of you. So please, for the next session, we'll appreciate that everybody is ready to share their face. Okay, it's much more pleasant and kind with the person lecturing. Thank you so much.
The last thing that I want to...
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Asier, Professor Asier. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.